The man only needs to stand in front of the armor, and it automatically merges with him, displaying immense power. But every time he merges with the armor, he must pay a price, even if it shortens his life. Not long ago, a bald divine envoy arrived in this country, demanding that the king double the tributes to the gods every year. He also demanded 10 times more people to work in the mines. The king angrily asked the envoy, "The country has no people left. How can we send more?" The envoy suggested that the king attack other countries to capture slaves and urged him to accept the task quickly. The king calmly walked to the envoy and opened the task scroll. The envoy grinned smugly, but in the next moment, the king threw the scroll into the fire. The ministers and princes were shocked. The king then drew his sword and struck the ground, making the envoy step back in fear. The envoy shouted in rage, "The gods will punish your country and destroy it." But unexpectedly, the queen also fully supported the king's decision. The next day, without warning, dark clouds covered the land. A black dragon circled the sky, and atop its head stood a god sent by the divine clan. As expected, the god used divine power to repeatedly defeat the human army. At this moment, the king had no choice but to put on the armor and face the enemy. When the king flew into the battlefield, the soldiers' morale soared. The king rampaged through the battlefield, and even when encountering members of the divine clan, he managed to injure them. The divine clan was astonished. This broke their belief that they were invincible. The king battled the god fiercely, and the outcome was unclear. Then, a tremendous pressure descended on the battlefield, suppressing everyone. It turned out that the strongest god of the divine clan, the black dragon, had arrived. The dragon slowly descended from the sky, demanding the king apologize. But the king refused. He spread his wings and attacked with all his might, only to have the black dragon easily counter him and strike him down to the ground. The prince and ministers rushed forward to help the king, but even their combined attacks couldn't harm the black dragon. Seeing this, the king had no choice but to expend his life force to unleash the armor's full power. Through relentless attacks, he finally managed to injure the black dragon's finger.